Yes, people, what's happening? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to everyone over on Chelsea Fan TV, and welcome to your daily transfer update and another live stream. Guys, you know what to do. Make sure you hit the likes on both channels and subscribe to both channels if you haven't done so already. And a reasonably quietish day has suddenly kind of exploded into life in the last couple of hours. Nicholas Jackson's finally been unveiled as a Chelsea player. Pictures of him, obviously, in last season's shirt, because we haven't got a bloody shirt still for next season. But yeah, he's been unveiled finally after completing his €37 million move from Villarreal. We've had the news that Azpilicueta has joined Atletico Madrid on a 2-year deal. Will leave the club on a free transfer after negotiating a termination of the final year. Obviously, Christian Pulisic is very close to a move to AC Milan. The clubs are about 10 million apart in valuation. We've had Hakim Ziyech's move to Al Nassr has fallen through. It seems that we can't get rid of the geezer, which we'll have to see what happens there. Levi Colwill has been offered a new long-term contract by Chelsea, and Cesare Casadei's plans are for Premier League or Serie A football next season as well, and he'll assess his loan proposal. So, guys, there is quite a lot for us to get into. As always, I'm just going to say hello to a few people in the chat, and then we will get into things. I really want Kudos, very good player. We'll get into that as well. Hakim Ziyech doesn't want to be Chelsea to sell him. Nicholas Jackson's been announced. Ziyech, a player that doesn't want to be in the club. I think Todd has to send it to Strasbourg. We'll wait and see. Absolutely shouldn't sign De Gea. No chance. Yep. That's done. Aspi, 7 million. What a signing. We'll get into him first. Options for Ziyech, not many. We're going to have to try and find some. I don't really know what we're going to do. What else is going on here? Big up my guy. Thanks for tuning in, Michael. Big up. Yeah, Pochettino starts work tomorrow. This is where we officially begin. We officially begin. No more Azpilicueta right wing back. Yep. Shano, big up my guy. Anto, thanks for tuning in. Yeah, Max, all good. Yes, thanks for tuning in, bro. Appreciate it. Opa Atletico. I'm not really sure what that means. It must be something like, I don't know. Yeah, all good here. Marcus, big up. Thank you for tuning in. People, let's dive straight into it on this one. We are going to go with the breaking news in the last half hour or so that Cesar Azpilicueta is going to join Atletico Madrid. A 2-year contract has been agreed. Aspi will sign until June 2025. Chelsea will let him leave as a free agent. Matter of respect for former captain. Documents will be ready soon. Exclusive news confirmed. And I love whoever's done this edit. It's got the shirt tuck on point. That is a trademark Aspi shirt tuck there. But I mean, everyone thought he was going to go to Inter Milan at one point, but he didn't. He obviously didn't end up going there. I think it was clear. Although to be fair, I've said many times, obviously last day of the season when he was obviously great that he got the banner and stuff, but when he was doing the lap of honor at the end, like I didn't really sense anything that it was a farewell, or maybe he was just hiding it very well. But I think it's become clear now. Obviously, the service that he's given us has been outstanding, so it's great for the club to obviously do this. But it's clear that he was barely going to play this season now with Gusto in, with Reece James there, with going to a back four as well. He wasn't going to get a look in it at all. He still feels that he can operate at a decent level. He still can. Spain and Atletico Madrid will obviously suit him. Will suit him quite well. And all the best to him. I mean, guys in the chat, everyone, if you can remember, drop in your favourite Aspi memories from what he's done. Because, obviously he joined in 2012 after we won the Champions League, I believe. And he has won absolutely every single trophy there possibly is to win in the game. He's Chelsea's most decorated player in terms of trophies, the only person to have won it all, which is quite something. £7 million as well. I mean, obviously, back then it wasn't a lot of money anyway, but obviously in this day and age that would probably be inflated and it would be a little bit more. But yeah, look, you can't think of to be honest, this is what I go on about when Chelsea and signings, generally speaking, the ones that have been the cheapest have worked out the best, and Aspi's certainly one of them, an absolute legend. But yeah, guys, get your thoughts in the chat on your favorite Aspi moments. But he is a legend. Legend gets bounded about a lot, but he absolutely is. Captain every single major trophy there is. Yeah, guys, smash the likes if you believe Arsenal will never win the Champions League. But just smash the likes anyway, people. Let's get these likes up. I know already on 15 on my channel. Let's get this to 30, 40, 50 likes even, people. Get those likes up. But yeah, I appreciate you all tuning in, people. Aspie's goal versus Leicester. Which one was that? Have I forgotten that? That wasn't this season, was it? But when was that? Yeah, Champions League trophy lift has got to be bang up there for sure. Aspie played for the badge. Absolutely. He just got it. I mean, what's a player he was? What a servant for the club. I don't think we could have got anything on there at all. My favourite Aspie moment was him coming out of the tunnel with enthusiasm while the rest of the lot were little bitches. Yeah. Arsenal winning CL, that's mad. Yeah, it is kind of mad. Dave Leader, best buyer. Yeah, I mean, this is what I mean. What's a signing for £7 million? I don't think any of us thought back in 2012 that we would get the success that we had from Azpilicueta's signing. I certainly didn't expect it to turn out how it has done. Or how it did do. But yeah, look, I think this is great for all parties. Aspie gets to go to Atletico Madrid, go back to Spain to round his career out, still play at a very good level, Champions League football as well. Let's see how he gets on there. But I think this is a great move all round. 1st of June, we have liftoff Caicedo. You mean 1st of July? 1st of June's gone. Vega and the end of Bogard. I mean, Lukaku. Yeah, proper shells for sure. Where Chelsea are going to, all players are leaving. No, we're good. Aspie class act, absolutely. League Cup 16-17, the volley. That's really bad. I don't remember that. I'm going to have a look at that goal afterwards. I can't remember it. Lovely guy, true legend. I'll miss him around the bridge. Absolutely. What one signing to be? Yeah, he's going home to Spain. Yeah, I'm happy for him as well. Absolutely delighted. When you buy a player for big fee, you better have a plan, clear idea how to use it, which in most of the time we have not had. Absolutely, absolutely. But yeah, big up to Dave. Massive thank you to Dave. Mason Mount upgraded from Jackson to Rasmus Højlund. Shake Eric Ten Hag. Cholo. Yeah, the Cholo. Mate, Aspie could be good with Cholo. Thanks, Dave. Aspie lifting the Club World Cup. Yeah, fair. Loads of Aspie memories coming in here. Never down tools. Great hard worker. We need to sign players like him. Absolutely need to sign players like him. But yeah, you know, it's what we expected. It was the right thing to do. He got the send-off, got the banner in his last game. Outstanding service to the club. Couldn't have asked for anything more than him. Chelsea's most decorated player ever in terms of being the only player that was going to win, that has won all trophies available and a place in the club's history forever. And just what a thoroughly nice guy. Just a top geezer. And yeah, wish him all the best for Atletico Madrid. Let's see if we've got any more memories coming in from him. Never down tools, great hard work. Hard worker. We need to sign players like him. Absolutely. Darmash, big up my guy. Kind of worry about the lack of experience in the team and dressing room. Yeah, I guess that's always going to be a slight concern for sure. But look, let's see what the club do to address that. Players can obviously grow into leadership roles as well, but I can't sit here and say that it's the lack of leadership and experience around the place is not an issue. But as I've said before, experience is twofold. It's not just age; it's about experience in big moments as well. Have you been there and done it, etc., and things like that? So yeah, look, he gave everything for the club, prepared to die for the shirt. A dying breed as a player, in my opinion. Do you think Gusto will be good next season? I hope so. Glad he's going to Atleti instead of Inter. Don't want to give... Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, it's good there. It's good. Hand pink waving. Not really sure what that means. Aspie or Ivanovic? Nah, I mean, I love Ivanovic, but I think when you're looking at it, it's got to be Aspie. Him and JT gave everything for the club. Yeah, along with Lamps and Didier, Petr Cech and all those guys. Aspie goal versus West Brom. What a celebration. Yeah, I remember that. It was a mad... Mate, you man worry about yourselves. You're penny pinching at the moment. You haven't got too many P's to spend, so you just worry about yourselves while we're kicking up something big. Yeah, always good to mud Inter in any way possible. Would Aspie make your all-time Chelsea 11? Oh, if we did one right now, probably, because Reece James hasn't played for long enough. But absolutely, Reece James will be in the Chelsea all-time 11. All said and done. Cesar Azpilicueta is the best ever Chelsea captain. No, he isn't the best ever Chelsea captain. There's only one best ever Chelsea captain. It's JT. Him kissing the badge against Arsenal last season was the best recent memory. Yep. We need to cover for width with Pulisic going unless we are lumbered with the Ziyech. Now, I don't think we do because Jackson can play down the flank as can Nkunku as well. So we can probably get by with those guys to fill in as a fourth option down the flanks if needed. Probably Thiago Silva for me, of course. But yeah, that's Azpilicueta. Great that, what a servant he's been to the club. What a legend. What a thoroughly top guy. And yeah, wish him all the best out in Atletico Madrid in Spain. And yeah, couldn't have done more for this football club. So yeah, just a massive thank you to Dave for everything he's done for the club and all the success that he has brought us. But yeah, that's one major bit of breaking news, that Azpilicueta has gone to Atletico Madrid. But let's move on to one player leaving, to one player that is now officially through the door, and that is Nicholas Jackson. Been unveiled today as a Chelsea player. 37 million euros. A 22-year-old obviously joins from Villarreal on an 8-year contract, handing out those death row contracts like we like to do. I'm excited for this one. Looks good in blue. Tragic that we're still unveiling new signings in old kits, which is not ideal. But today is the last day of the 3 sponsorship with Chelsea. So UK time, in 3.5 hours, Chelsea will no longer be sponsored by 3. But it's kind of mad that we still haven't got a shirt to play in next season. Hopefully, maybe over the weekend or next week, we'll get to a situation where we do have a sponsor and we've got a shirt and we can actually play in a kit next season. But yeah, Jackson's been unveiled, so he's looking good in blue. I'm excited to see how he does. There have been some comments from the co-sporting directors on him. Let's just bring those up and see what they say what they've been saying about him. But yeah, Lawrence Winstanley and Lawrence Stewart, and Paul Winstanley. We're excited to welcome Nicholas to Chelsea as a young player with big potential, as he showcased at Villarreal last season. We believe he is ready for his next step in his career and look forward to him working with our new head coach, Mauricio Pochettino, and his Chelsea teammates. Now, none of us really know how Jackson's going to do, but I think it's going to be good. Experience, not experience. Sorry, high potential, raw. There's ability there, talent there. A bit of a rough diamond that needs polishing, but I think he could be. I think he could be good for us. Let's see what people are saying in the chat. What have we got here? Do you think Vega will be good? We haven't got him yet. I think he's a good player, but again, raw, needs polishing. Yeah, it's really poor. It's really poor. Absolutely be happy with 10 goals for sure for Jackson. Yeah. And Kunku is a winger. Don't be surprised if he plays on the left wing over mid. I don't think he'll play on the left, but the plan is definitely to play him as number 10. But of course, if needed, he can fill in down the flank or down the middle. While we always last through a look here, well, because we haven't got a shirt sponsor for next season, bro. That's why. That's why. Plays. Glad to see the back of 3. Absolutely. Yeah, Samsung was the one. Samsung Mobile OG kit, or just Samsung like we had back in the day as well. If he flops, we get a huge transfer. We're not completely flop, but he's at an age where even if 2-3 years down the line doesn't really work out, he's young enough with enough resale value for us to at least get our money back or make our money. Please be a good sponsor for next season. I hope so. Luis Enrique wants Joao Felix. Maybe that will be good for him at PSG. Who knows? Jackson's going to be my new favourite player. Like that he can use both feet. He's a steal. I hope he is. Cucurella's not going anywhere. That's what's going to. Players like Azpilicueta, we don't need to sign players that cost far too much. From now on, like Arsenal, Man United still do today, we spend a lot of money. Teams spend money. They spend money. It's a win-win. Don't know what his wages are, but they won't be massive. I remember last pre-season we were wearing our yellow away kit from 21-20. Yeah, we were. We wore the away kit from the previous season last year. What the fuck's wrong with us? Where's the midfield players? Well, the backup players. We're going to get into midfield. We're going to get into the experience conversation again. Jackson is a risk. Yeah, Jackson is a risk, but every transfer is a risk. Unless it's Erling Haaland or Harry Kane, every transfer it has an element of risk in it. We need goals for sure. He can contribute goals, but again, we just need more goals from all the attackers combined. Can't wait until tomorrow. We're going all in for Caicedo. Let's just hope we get a bid for Caicedo over the weekend or early next week. Absolute legend for sure. Are we going to have anyone over the age of 20? Yeah, we are. Kunku's 25. Obviously, Kepa's over 20. Thiago Silva is. Enzo Fernandez is. We've got players over 20, so Jackson won't be the main striker. I wouldn't have thought so, but I wouldn't totally rule it out either. What else have we got here? I think Jackson will be amazing to pick up. I hope to as well. Do you really need a number 8 in a 4-2-3-1? You don't really have a number 8 in a 4-2-3-1, no. But obviously, we probably use 4-3-3 at times as well. I think he'll do very well. I hope so. I hope so as well. Going to be controversial. I say Enzo the captain. I think he's definitely got those leadership qualities and he can be molded into that situation. But also, I do feel that he's perhaps not quite ready at this point in time. But I could be wrong on that. I could be wrong on that. He's definitely one for the future, I would say, along with Reece James. Aspie, definitely legend among legends of CFC. Absolutely. We need to start to think. Yeah, we are. I think we are thinking, but we definitely need to move on to that. Nick, big up my guy. People keep getting those likes up, as I've said. My channel, 70 of us locked in pretty much. Only 21 likes. Let's up the likes, people. If you're locked in and you've not clicked that like button, just give it a click. It massively helps me out, and I appreciate it more than you could imagine. And exactly the same over on Chelsea Fan TV as well. Get the likes up, people. You're all top guys in the chat, girls as well. Get the likes up, guys. You can do this. What else have we got here? Enzo might be a good shout, but yeah, James for sure. James for sure. Thanks, Aspie, proper player. Who's left age over 24? Silva, Kepa, and Kunku's 25. Sterling is over 24. Those are really the only ones that I can think of. Chilwell, I think, is over 24. Other than that, I think it could just be those 5, maybe. Yeah, Autoglass was great as well. What else have we got popping in the chat? We need to sort out the midfield. Yep. How do we spend so much money, how much and not get a single finished product? I'd never like a 3 sponsorship fair. Yeah, look, I'm excited for this. I am excited for this. Let's see what happens. I mean, I think we don't want to give him the 29 shirt because Havertz has disgraced it. So maybe we'll find him something different, just not 9 or 29. And let's see what happens from there. But yeah, Jackson's been unveiled. I think it's exciting for the club. It's a good pickup. Let's see how he does. We're going to need patience with him. It's going to be a level up from what he's used to been playing at. But at the same time, you know, the guys have obviously seen something in him, think he's a good player, think there's potential there. And it's now up to Pochettino to polish that potential, allow Jackson to unleash that potential. And I think we could have a good player in our hands, but we are going to have to be patient with him, and it's not going to click straight away. And there will be frustrating performances, and he will, you know, miss a few opportunities, and that like young players do. So let's wait and see how he does. But I'm excited to see how he's going to do. Let's see how we get on with Nicholas Jackson. But it's exciting. He's been unveiled. What are you, man, saying about Nicholas Jackson? Will be a good signing. He's young, great for the long term. True, but we do need the immediate now as well. Definitely the youngest Chelsea team I've ever seen. Yeah, it's going to be young. It's going to be a lot of lack of Premier League experience. Do you see Poch using Ziyech at all? I don't think so. I really don't think so. We have to keep Ampadu. I don't think we will be. Give Jackson the 15 shirt. That's Mudrik's number, but there could be some number swapping given there's quite a few available. 11 or 17. Agreed. Yeah, we'll get on to Ziyech in a sec. Don't expect him to be a Drogba. We'll be lucky if we get hard. It's so hard to tell because he's 22 years of age. You don't know how players are going to develop. That's the honest answer. Who would you want Chelsea to go for as a third centre mid after hopefully securing Caicedo? Lavia, Kone, Thuram, any one of those 3? What sense is it to have a squad full of potentially good players? No, I hear that. Any news on the goalkeeper situation? No, we will get onto that. Right, let's move away from Nicholas Jackson, people. Let's move on to the Hakim Ziyech situation, where a move to Al Nassr was all agreed and ready to be done, but issues were flagged up in the medical, like issues that PSG also flagged up. So that is now off. So Hakim Ziyech underwent more tests in Madrid, which flagged knee and hip problems. Al Nassr offered to still buy him, but with a 40% reduction in his base wage. Ziyech did not accept it. This deal is off as of now. So obviously Ziyech has had a few medical issues in his medical. Knee and hip issues there. Al Nassr not entirely happy, offering to still buy him, but reduce his wage. Ziyech not prepared to accept that. So we're kind of back at square one. I do. Part of me does feel a little bit sorry for Ziyech in a sense that the move to PSG fell through because we fucked about with the paperwork because we're so all hands on deck with Enzo. Obviously left the bloody apprentices to send that shit through. And then obviously this one all agreed. We get to the medical. Issues are flagged by Al Nassr, as has been previously flagged by PSG. They still want to go ahead with the deal, but they want to reduce his wages. And Hakim Ziyech doesn't want to do that. So now we're back at square one where we don't know what we're going to do with Hakim Ziyech. We can't seem to get rid of him. It's clear that he's surplus to requirements. It's clear that he doesn't want to be at the club anymore. But it's also clear that there are hardly any takers for him either, which is going to be a difficult situation because we cannot afford to miss out on on him, as it were. Miss out on getting rid of him. I don't know. You can't just release players. I think, people that say I'll just terminate his contract, that's got to be a mutual agreement between the club. And if he's not prepared to take a 40% wage decrease, I don't think he's going to be prepared to pass up on what's left on his Chelsea contract. I don't know what's left, how many years are left on his contract. I would say at most it's 2, but again, it's kind of tricky. It's kind of tricky to tell. But yeah, it's an annoying one. It's an annoying one, this, because obviously this is going to be another thing that gets flagged up at medical wherever he goes. So he's just going to have to accept a lesser deal. Ziyech should have left 3 years ago, but I do respect him. Ziyech have an absolute howler, absolutely. If we can't sell Ziyech to stay away for Chelsea squad next season because he doesn't want to be at Chelsea, we need more experienced players. The squad is still young, but if I become aggressive, it will be sharper than ever. Look, I think this squad's exciting for sure, but it does need a bit more experience in there potentially. Maybe a few more players that are slightly more of a finished article rather than a load of players that could be really good in a few years, but we're not actually sure how good they're going to end up being. But the Ziyech thing is annoying because having thought we'd got that one done, it now isn't done, and I'm not really sure what we're going to do about him. It's going to be tough. Aspie, true legend at True. So who is he better than in the top 6? That's not a question for me. Ziyech will help whenever we are short of a player. Yeah, but he doesn't want to be here, and there's not going to be much rotation either. Chelsea, here we go. Big up. We need backup on the right wing. Look, we've got Sterling and Madueke that side, and Kunku could go down there if necessary. Jackson as well. We've got options there. Do you think we have any chance of signing Kimmich? No, absolutely not. Loan to France. Yeah, could always loan into Strasbourg. I don't know if he'd take that, though. You can't just terminate contracts. It's got to be a mutual agreement. Unless there's been gross misconduct, it's not going to happen. Both Ziyech and Pulisic came in with a lot of promise only to fizzle out. Agreed on that. Looking forward to hearing from Poch next week and his thoughts and plans for the squad. Absolutely. Ruben, along with Caicedo and Enzo, could have been great. So much muscle and aggression. Yeah, Ruben obviously gone today. Really emotional farewell message. Top class from him. This doesn't mean that Ziyech is staying. It just means we haven't got rid of him yet. Which is annoying because he's going to be tough to get rid of. He's on half decent wages. It is going to be an issue to get rid of him. No two ways about it. I don't know who we're going to find to take him. There doesn't seem to be much of a market for him outside of Saudi Arabia. I mean, maybe this deal could be revisited at some point later in the window. Maybe another Saudi club comes in for him. Maybe he goes back. Maybe do Ajax want him again? I'm not really sure. But yeah, it's all the business has been going really well in terms of the outgoings, and this is just a slight minor hiccup on the situation with our outgoings. Look, we've got big outgoings out the door, and it's all good and all that, but ultimately, it's a slight concern because we would have wanted that one to be done, but it's not done, and that's unfortunate. But yeah, that's obviously the latest on Hakim Ziyech. It's annoying. Hopefully, we can find a suitable resolution to this problem that we've got on our hands. But yeah, let's wait and see what happens. But Hakim Ziyech at this point in time, move to Al Nassr is off. Knee and hip issues flagged up in the medical. He's offered a 40% wage drop on that fee. That's almost half wage reduction. That is a lot of money to lose. It'd still be more money than he was on at Chelsea, but yeah, that's a lot to take as a hit there. If Sergio Ramos still off to Saudi, Thiago Silva's staying. Yeah, haven't heard much about Ramos. If we sign Caicedo and he gets injured, we are back to square one. We do need more players. We do need more. As a very young team, they normally play without fear and give it everything. Yeah, that's a very good point. Young players are fearless. Best options to loan Ziyech out. Chelsea are only going to loan players out if they're part of the plans for the future. Ziyech is not part of the plans for the future. So a loan deal, unless there's an obligation to buy at the end of it, is just not going to happen. I just want deal for Caicedo to be finalised. No, Chelsea aren't reluctant. We're not reluctant. I think we've been waiting for these outgoings to be confirmed. And then we are obviously preparing the bid. And, it's a new financial year tomorrow in terms of FFP. So we can then attack the situation and, of course, start bidding as well. So let's see what happens on that front. It's certainly a slight disappointment and a slight setback. But ultimately, Hakim Ziyech, I still believe, won't be a Chelsea player next season. But yeah, this is a setback and it's annoying because one of the players that we've needed to get rid of for a number of years. We thought we found a taker. And now we don't have a taker. So yeah, that is of course very disappointing on our behalf. But yeah, we move on. Let's wait and see what happens. So Hakim Ziyech move, guys, to Al Nassr is off. Let's see if we can find a resolution to him finding another club and getting him out of Chelsea, because that's going to be best for all parties. What are you, man, saying in the chat? Done that. What we got here? Chelsea winning the Prem next season. I'd love that, but it's not going to happen. Silva must stay at Chelsea. Yeah, Silva will stay. Silva, Sterling and the likes will cheer the new young players up. And Shooter, we had Zakaria as a good profile DM. Yeah, he wasn't good enough though, really. Yep, all agreed on this. I'm hopeful we will get a here we go for Caicedo. Yeah, next week would be good, but again, it's going to be tough negotiations. Lavia is a huge risk. We can't have a starting 11 with 7 out of 11 being risks. That's very dangerous. We're not going to have a relegation scrap. Again, Amadou Onana is decent, expensive. Big up Cesar, definition of a legend for sure. Caicedo and the sneaky feeling Frank Kessie in for the midfielders. Maybe Kessie potentially again. I don't know how that's going to fit or how that would be. Thoughts on Ryan Church? Great, top player. I'd like him at the club, but again, where does he fit in? Silva will be a real leader on the pitch to these young ones. Yep. Any news on shirt sponsor? Nope. The shirt sponsorship with 3 officially expires tomorrow, as of midnight tonight, wherever you are in the world. So yeah, it's not ideal. Let's wait and see what happens on that front. But yeah, there's no news really. We obviously had the Paramount Plus sponsorship deal that was blocked by the Premier League. We then had that agreement with Stake, but then it's all gone quiet since the fan backlash. No further news. Maybe next week we'll get some information, but yeah, nothing new on a shirt sponsor. And what happened to the midfielder in Dynamo? Arsene Zakarian. You know, still the ongoing issue with the Russian sanctions. Can't put money into Russian clubs. So I'm not really sure how we get around that one at the moment. I hope we don't become a selling club like Brighton. No, we won't do. We won't do. This has been a long overdue clear out. Absolutely not. Yeah, bro, it was emotional hitting people in the fields from Ruben. The Lewisham Ballack, what a guy. Could have done an exchange with Atletico Madrid, Aspi for Saul. Absolutely not. Some of these, I appreciate you, man, joining in, but some of these takes are unbelievable that I'm seeing here. Absolutely not. The players we have are South Americans. They really look up to Silva. I still think that we won't stop after Caicedo. No, we won't stop after Caicedo, no. But let's move on to another thing that is potentially good news, is that Chelsea have offered Levi Colwill a new contract, but the defender wants talks with Pochettino before deciding his future, which I think is fair. Reportedly, the contract on the table is a very reasonable offer. But again, Colwill, before he commits his long-term future to the club, wants to make sure that there's a clear pathway for him in the side, that, you know, there's as close. I mean, obviously you can't guarantee players minutes as such because you don't really know what's going to happen. But, you know, it's clear that, you know, there's going to be a large amount of game time available to him at Chelsea before he commits his long-term future to the club. But this is a guy that the club clearly believe in. I'm glad that a contract offer's gone in. He's the future. Could be one of our best centre-backs since John Terry, potentially. You know, loads of top teams want him. He's a very talented boy. He had a great season on loan at Brighton. Brighton are still prepared to smash their transfer record to try and bring him in. Apparently this is just coming out from Simon Johnson in The Athletic now that Levi Colwill hasn't had a contract offer from Chelsea since February and will not agree to the terms offered back then. Wants to hold talks with Pochettino before deciding what he does next. So maybe that information that's been received from the Tsar Cancelo there is slightly different. I will just quickly bring the article up on the screen. It's just dropped in the last 30 seconds or so and see if there's any information in there. But the future of Levi Colwill does need to be sorted out for sure. Levi Colwill wants to have talks with new head coach Mauricio Pochettino before considering the next step in his career. Colwill's subjects of interest, we know that. Chelsea insists the player is not for sale. However, his current contract expires in 2 years, 2025. They're considered to sell players if their deals have 2 years or less to run and do not sign an extension, as we know. Colwill was last offered a contract in February, but it is not and will not be accepted because the terms are not considered good enough. No fresh proposals since then. More negotiations are expected to take place, but Colwill wants to meet with Pochettino first to see how he figures in his plans before considering another extension offer from Chelsea if one is made. Poch is obviously associated with playing a back four, which means only 2 centre-backs will play. We know that. Colwill, one of the most highly rated young English defenders in the game, trained with England senior squad. Yeah. Colwell's involvement in the tournament means the timing of a chat with Pochettino is uncertain. The squad leave for a pre-season tour of the US on July 17th. So basically, Levi Colwill has been offered nothing since February, and those terms aren't acceptable, and he's not going to sign them then. So it depends. He wants to have a chat with Pochettino first, but this is something that we need to get sorted out. We can't afford for us to lose another very talented youngster in Levi Colwill. I don't believe it will come to that. We're obviously clearly going to have to improve our contract offer, and he obviously wants to speak to Pochettino, finds out where he figures in the plans, how much football he's going to get and how much football he's going to play for us. But yeah, I mean, I say it's positive signs. It's not massively positive signs. By the way, people, keep getting these likes up, particularly on my channel, guys. 87 of you guys locked in, only 34 likes. That is below Chelsea standards on the conversion rate here, people. So, guys, if it wasn't important, I wouldn't mention it, but please do smash the likes over on both channels, people, particularly my channel, though, people. Only 34 likes, 87 of you wonderful people locked in to tonight's show. So, please do get the likes up. Let's try and get us to 50, 60, fuck it, even 100 likes, guys. You people have been fantastic this week, as you are every single stream. So, yeah, guys, hover over that thumb button, give it a little click. It massively, massively helps out. And whilst you're at it, people, as well, make sure you subscribe to both channels. Show myself some love and show Chelsea Fan TV some love. Loads of you guys locked in tonight, so if you could subscribe to both channels, if you haven't done so already, that would be greatly appreciated, people. The link to my channel is in the chat, and the link to Chelsea Fan TV will be in the chat as well. So if you could subscribe, guys, if you haven't done so, that would be massively appreciated. And big up to every single one of you that is still locked in over here. Over 300 of us locked in across both channels. Let's have a quick look here. Him and Badia Shield is all we need for left centre back. Yeah, agreed on that one. Don't get Frank Kessie. I will get to Kessie shortly. We should try get De Jong. De Jong doesn't want to leave. Swap Lukaku for Barella and get De Gea on a free. No De Gea, and those swap deals barely ever happen. I bet we use him for Caicedo. No, I don't think we will. There's no plans to do that. Colwill or Badia Shield. Two top players. Tough to tell. At this point in time, I'll probably just go with Badia Shield, but I don't think there's very much in it at all. Would have loved Tchouaméni at Chelsea. It's not going to happen. We had the opportunity to get him, but obviously in our infinite wisdom with Scott McLaughlin as our head scout, who was shocking. And we also had obviously Thomas Tuchel playing a part in that, saying he's not ready either. We fucked that one up. Smash the likes. He actually reads comments. Yeah, guys, I've got time for all of you people in the chat. You know, obviously I'll try and get every single comment if I can. It doesn't always happen when they're coming through quickly. But yeah, also, guys, if you want it to be guaranteed that your comment gets read out, then you can donate via the super chat function. Any donation is greatly appreciated by myself, if it's my channel, or every one of us over at Chelsea Fan TV. De Gea, he can't be our first choice. Absolutely not. Yeah, no chance of we getting De Gea. Jerome Diamond has not been on. How will Colwill get playing time with Chilwell? Colwell's not a left back. Colwill is a centre back, left side. Him and Badia Shield will rotate for that position. I don't know if Colwill will start the season there or Badia Shield. Badia Shield obviously had a hamstring issue that he's still recovering from, could affect his pre-season participation to a certain extent. You'd imagine that Colwill could potentially be in line to start the first game of the season, maybe. I'm beginning to get annoyed. No, absolutely, you should assess your options as a young player. You don't want to sign and commit your future if there's no clear pathway and there's not really a guarantee of minutes. Badia Shield is clear. In Nkunku, Jackson, Mudryk and Madueke. Let's hope so, bro. Mate, appreciate you, Anto. Appreciate you, my guy. Thank you. Liverpool, here we go. Second signing. Yep, Dominic Szoboszlai for Liverpool. Great signing along with Alexis McAllister. Really doing some great stuff there. Harvey Vale. No, absolutely not. Yep, Chelsea fans, do your thing. Whoever doesn't want Kepa, what about De Gea? No, De Gea is on the downhill. Will Jackson pass the gas on? I've got no idea. I think they'd fit. I trust Nassr over Johnson. Fair. Legendary transfer talk as always, mate. Where are you sat for next season? Where am I sat for next season? I normally sit in Matthew Harding lower, behind the goal. Is it true Wesley Fofana is leaving? No, utter nonsense. Colwill is what we need centre-half. Yeah, look, I think Colwill is a really exciting centre-half, guys. Really exciting. But again, you have to fully understand from his perspective as a player that we need, what am I saying? You need assertions you need guarantees, not guarantees as such, but you need, confirmation from the manager that, you are a serious part of the plans. You are going to play a part and there's going to be regular minutes and there's a clear pathway for you. So, yeah, I can understand why he's seeking those assurances and he absolutely should do that. But Chelsea cannot afford to mess this up. We cannot afford to allow a player of Levi Colwill's quality to slip through the net because we're not sure if we can provide a pathway for him. We absolutely can provide a pathway for him. And I think between him and Badiashile, that left centre-back position is locked up for the next 10 years if it comes to it. No, not a significant improvement. Sell him, Colwill, absolutely not. Why am I saying Kudos? Because we've been linked with him and Gabri Veiga as a potential kind of replacement for Mount in the squad. Do you think we'll ever try 2 left-footed centre-backs? Maybe. It's a possibility. You never know. Any news on Broja? Yeah, expected to be fit. He's back ahead of schedule. He went to Portugal to train with the 21s on some of their pre-season stuff that they were doing. He's fit. He's ready to go. So let's see how he does in pre-season. I think Chelsea, this transfer is very weak on signing what is, I think, we should sign Kudos. Yeah, I like Kudos. I do like Kudos. With Badiashile, we've been linked with Kevin from Turam. Yeah, we have, but I think Liverpool could be ahead of us. Do you think that Chelsea will go for Mamardashvili? Possibly. I'll get into goalkeepers again. What's your thoughts on Madders to Spurs? I think it's a top signing. Big fan of Madders. Big fan of Madders. I was discussing this earlier on another channel, on Saeed's channel with a Spurs fan as well. It's a top signing. Really good signing. Lewis Hall's the future. I think he's good as well. We need a goalkeeper. Yep. What have we got here? So much stuff coming in. Why can't Cole? Well, they can, but I don't think they will be playing together. We did this with Ake, big loss. That was, look at him now at City. Yeah, we need to get Cole with a new contract. We need to get him to agree, just whatever, within reason. No, Mbappe definitely won't, and neither will Mbappe, who doesn't even exist. Yes, you get the assurance and he can provide like a true blue. That's the question Cole should ask. Yeah, look, I think Cole will sign a new contract. He's a very good defender, but let's wait and see how this one pans out. Pre-season is going to be key. Obviously, he's away with the England under-21s at the Euros at this point in time. But when he comes back, he'll have a bit of a break, I'd imagine. Then into pre-season, have a conversation with Pochettino, see what the plan is. But I do expect Levi Colwill to play a significant part this season. But yeah, obviously no new contract on the table at this point in time, or nothing since February, which those terms are deemed unacceptable. So, yeah, I mean, conflicting reports with Simon Johnson and Nassr, but I think what's clear is that Chelsea are massive fans of Levi Colwill, want him to stay. We just need to sort it out now and make sure that we do not have a repeat of the Mount situation, because we cannot afford to have a repeat of that Mount situation and allow another one of our very talented academy players to just walk out the door, Roman would have put 3 bids for Mbappe by now. Well, maybe. I don't know. I think Jackson will do as well. Big up from everyone over in India. By the way, guys, as well, Harrison, I'll get to this question shortly. When is the Mason Mount Medical? Monday, I believe. Cover for Reese with Aspie and RLC gone. We got Malagusto. And Chalobah can fill in at right back if needed. Guys, also let me know where you're tuning in from around the world. I always enjoy hearing where you guys are watching from. So make sure you bang in the chat where you're tuning in from around the world. No, I appreciate that, Sonnet. Big up, my guy. Thank you. But yeah, Levi Colwill, let's wait and see what happens with this one. But as I said, Chelsea cannot afford to fumble it and drop the ball on this one. Tuning in from Kenya. Big up. Fair. Fab said this morning the new contract was offered days ago. Yeah, there seems to be a few conflicting reports here, but let's wait and see. Is Loftus-Cheek confirmed to AC Milan? Yeah, it absolutely is. He's been pictured signing a contract with Milan. A very emotional farewell statement. A lovely little video as well. I don't think he's put that together himself. Big up from South Africa. Big up from Trinidad and Tobago. Kenya, massive fan. Appreciate that, my guy. Southwest UK. Yes, big up the Southwest UK. The US, England, USA would rather recruit 2 DMs, Caicedo and Kessie. Yeah, possible. I wouldn't say that was bad. Roman would have bought Osimhen. I don't think he would have tried. He would have tried to buy him for sure. I truly believe if he can hit top 4 next season, then we'll probably go for him. Yeah, I don't know if he'll leave this summer or not. Sweden, Norway, big up to all the people. Ghana, Luton. Love that. Luton next season, Shano. Luton away. I'll try my best to be there. Hopefully I will be there. Jamaica. Wow, we've got some exotic locations here. My kitchen. What a place to be. Try our younger star like Amari Hutchinson. We got him as well. Big up from Russia. What have we got here? California. Peckham, the Maldives. Some mad locations. Big up to all of you for tuning in. Big up from America. Right. Anyway, let's move away from Levi Colwill. So reportedly a new contract. Some reports saying no new contact. No new contract at this point in time. But let's wait and see what happens on that front with him. But yeah, as I said, Chelsea can't afford to mess this one up. We must make sure that we get Levi Colwill tied down, and I think he will have a big part to play next season. Let's wait and see on that front. But yeah, he's a very exciting player. I'm excited to see what he can do in a Chelsea shirt next season. I am excited for this one, people. So yeah, Ziyech deals off again. West London, big up from Turkish Chelsea. Big up. Bring back Ake. Well, we're never going to get Ake now. Isle of Wight, some big fans here. Big up to you. Never been to the Isle of Wight. Yeah, we're still in Vancouver in Canada, London. Rah, we got Mr. We're worldwide like Pitbull, Mr. Worldwide over here. Jamaica. Ziyech deal is off. I would have Cancelo, but again, that's not going to happen because I can't envision a situation where Cucurella leaves. Thoughts on Rasmus Højlund? Scored 7 goals for Atlanta last season, 20 years of age, asking for massive money. Like, potential, sure, but nowhere near a finished article. And people are moaning about us not having enough finished articles, or he's another one of those players. Ziyech should be let go. Agreed on that one. What was I going to bring up next, people? Let's talk about, Christian Pulisic, who's getting very close to a move to AC Milan. What have we got here? Where is it? Is it that one? Yeah. So, the difference between AC Milan and Chelsea, 10 million euros over Christian Pulisic's fee. Milan have offered 18 million, while Chelsea request 28. However, Pulisic has great chance to wear the AC Milan shirt. It's subsequently been revealed, I think, by sources at ESPN that terms have broadly been agreed on a long-term contract with Pulisic and AC Milan. He's open to the move, happy to go there. And it's now just a case of making sure that we agree a fee with Milan. I think we will eventually come to an agreement on this. It's clear that Pulisic wants out. We need to move on from him. He needs to move on from us. But I think it's a good move all round. We get 18 million euros is not great. 28 million euros is about 24 million. To be fair, if we can get it down, I'd take 20 plus add-ons. We're not getting Leao because he's just literally signed a new 5-year contract at Milan. I'm excited for next season. Pulisic out. Yeah, Charlie Webster's gone on loan to Holland. How many more players do you think we'll purchase? 2 or 3, I'd imagine, but you never know. Pulisic out. Yes, please. Fair. I'm excited for next season. Big up. Milan. Yeah, all these Italian clubs are. You know, obviously we got a half decent deal for Loftus-Cheek. Pulisic going over to play with Rafa Leao and the likes would be quite something, really. It really would be. I mean, I can't imagine that. By the way, people, over 100 of you locked in on my channel. We've hit the century of viewers. Big up to all of you on this Friday night. People on my channel particularly, come on, guys. 102 of us locked in, only 51 likes. Let's try and get this to 100 likes, people. Try and get it to 100 likes, guys. I'm sure there's loads of new people locked in as well across both channels, so please do also subscribe. Nigeria, anything on Ziyech? Deal's fallen through to Al Nassr, so we have to wait and see what happens next with Ziyech. Ivan Toney, I'd love to get him, but again, not available till January potentially, and then wouldn't really be fit until February, so it's not really a goer. Could be done next week, I think, for sure. People saying sell Cucurella, it's not going to happen. And look, if he does well at Milan, fair play to him. Wasn't doing the business at Chelsea. We're not going to get a Rafa Leao exchange. Crazy how we've gone from world champions only needing a DM and striker to this. Yeah, it's kind of mad. Take 25 million. We're not going to get 25 million. I think if we can get 20 million plus add-ons, that would be fantastic. Shirt sponsor would be nice. Yeah, a shirt for next season would be ideal. We are selling all experienced lads from the likes of Batman to Captain America now. Yeah, look, it is what it is. Is Harry Kane still in the question? No, I don't think so. Never say never, but I think unlikely. Barella, Amrabat, Asensio. Asensio's gone to PSG. Milinkovic-Savic always gets linked with a move, never goes anywhere. Mignan is going to be very tough to get him out of Milan. Amrabat, no links necessarily of any big clubs. Barella, again, not necessarily any links. So, you know, look, some decent players there, but I'm not sure if Chelsea are going to go for any of those. All the way from Zambia. Big up to all the Chelsea fans in Zambia. Pulisic to Milan doesn't make any sense. They have Leao as their left wing, yeah, but he can play on the right as well. He can play on the right because they've obviously lost Brahim Diaz, so that makes that's going to make a big difference over on that side as well, for sure. Pulisic to Milan, I think it does make sense. I think it's a good move for him. Amrabat is the most overrated World Cup player. Smash the likes, people. Let's see the power of Chelsea fans. Yes, maximum potential. Do what maximum potential is saying, people. Get the likes up, guys. What else have we got in the chat? We need a midfielder, absolutely. What is my channel? I'll pop it in the chat for you now, bro. You can obviously subscribe, and anyone else that wants to subscribe can also subscribe, people. Help me on my road to 4,000 subscribers, guys. So link to my channels now in the chat for anyone that wishes to do so. It would be greatly appreciated. I also spent too much on Havertz. Well, I think we got a very good deal, but let's wait and see. Hope RLC kills it. Sad to see him go. Yeah, been here all his life, but yeah, I hope he smashes it in Serie A, and I think he will. Which striker do you prefer, Vlahovic or Martinez? Probably just Martinez, but there's pros and cons to both. Midfield and goalkeeper and centre forward. The same positions that have been needed filling all the time. We're a bit short. We're not short in defence. No, it's Kudus coming to Chelsea. I think that's going to be very difficult to do. Mbappe to Chelsea. Here we go. That would be a break the internet. Here we go. But it's not going to happen. Would you want Martin back at Chelsea? Him, Chilwell and Hall is solid, but no chance of Cucurella going. No, look, Martin for me, good player, but ultimately there's just no way that he gets in at the moment. So we try and get our money for him and we move on. Dream signing for Chelsea. What, realistic or unrealistic? Who would have thought that Mount, Havertz and Pulisic would all be gone in one window? Yeah, kind of mad. Onana looks like it's going to be going to Man United. I don't think we're going to be getting Andre Onana, which is a shame. Surprised no one's going to Karim Adeyemi, a decent player. Germany, is Kudus coming to Chelsea? No, I don't. We're interested, but let's wait and see what happens. Felix was talking about, it's funny how people say swap X or Y player. Yeah, exactly. Swap deals barely ever happen. I think that's the plan, but again, there's not many of them about, which is the problem. With Mount, Kai and Kovac gone, we lack an attacking midfield player. Yeah, let's get into this as a next point of conversation. You know, attacking midfield players, obviously Gabri Veiga, Mohamed Kudus are the two that have been linked. But just very briefly to round out Christian Pulisic, Chelsea and Milan are not too far apart in valuation. It's going to take probably a little bit more negotiating to agree to a fee that we think is going to be an acceptable one for both parties. But I think this deal will be struck. Christian Pulisic will move on from Chelsea. It's been needing to happen for a while now. So, yeah, obviously he's broadly agreed on terms of a long-term contract at AC Milan. He'll probably join Ruben Loftus-Cheek there as well. And, you know, let's wait and see how he does. Of course, I'd wish him all the best in that. But, yeah, this deal is very advanced now. Just the fee that needs to be sorted between the two clubs. And I'm sure that some form of compromise can most certainly be met over Christian Pulisic. But it looks like his Chelsea career is coming to an end very, very soon. But yeah, you know, that's kind of the latest on Christian Pulisic. Move to Milan coming very close. The fee is all that's left to be agreed on this one. So yeah, that's kind of another positive news in terms of outgoing. What have we got here? Thoughts on Lewis's hatred towards Mount? Lewis is his own guy. Lewis does his thing. We get on well. Good mates. Obviously do loads of stuff with the channel. So yeah, of course, you know, everyone's entitled to their own thoughts. I mean, some of it's quite funny. I enjoy it, but yeah, it's all love at the end of the day. Nothing about Veiga, just a prospect or experience. He's a prospect, but he's been playing regularly for Celta Vigo in La Liga. He looks a very exciting young player. Again, fits the mold of what Chelsea are trying to do. So I think he could be good. 11 players or more be gone. It's about time it's getting done. Yeah, it's getting done. It's kind of mad. A fully fit Pulisic is a great player. Let's wait and see. Starting 11 under Poch, it depends who comes in, but very quickly rattle through this. It looks like it'll be Kepa in goal, James, Silva, Badiashile, Chilwell, Caicedo and Enzo, Madueke, Nkunku, Mudryk, Jackson. That would be my thing. Caicedo, no real news yet, unless there's any about Messi going to Miami. Love from India. Yeah, Messi going to Miami. Great for the MLS. Great for him. Caicedo news. No news. Personal terms are virtually pretty much agreed. And yeah, it's just a case of the big going in and Chelsea negotiating with Brighton. That's going to be tough. Who don't want the next captain? Silva, followed by Reece James. I'm awaiting Lewis's reaction next summer when Reece leaves for Madrid. Yes, Trevor, big up, my guy. How you doing? Hope you're well, mate. Hope you're well. It's just, yeah, strange not meeting up every weekend at the games. But yeah, I hope you're well, mate. I hope you're enjoying the break and looking forward to linking up with you and Jacob next season. Do you think Casadei gets a chance this season? Guys, that's a good point, actually. I'm going to segue out of this Pulisic business and segue into what we're talking about, segueing into Casadei very quickly. And I will come back to the attacking midfield conversation because we had today Fabrizio Romano reporting that Cesare Casadei's plans are for Premier League or Serie A football next season, despite 4 loan proposals from Championship clubs. The final decision will be made with Chelsea. Now, I look at Casadei, and I'm not going to pretend that I've watched a lot of him because I haven't watched a lot of him. But, you know, he's looked very good in the Under-20s World Cup for Italy. Looks a top player, midfielder with an eye for goal, which is something we haven't had for a long time. Again, look, I look at him and think that Pochettino could potentially do something similar to what he did with Dele Alli, with Cesare Casadei. Again, I'm not saying that Casadei's got as much ability or Ali or be as good as Dele Alli, but I think there's that potential there for him to be molded into something special. Again, you know, out of the 3 younger midfielders, your Chukwuemeka, your Casadei, and your Andre Santos, obviously all 3 will be assessed in pre-season by Pochettino, and then a decision will be taken as to what's best for their development. Now, of course, at some point, we're going to have to start trusting what we're doing as a club in terms of the recruitment direction we're going down. So at some point, these young players are going to have to be given a chance. At some point, we have to back ourselves with what we're doing. And if that means that only Caicedo comes in and we give more of a chance to Chukwuemeka and one of Santos and Casadei, then maybe that's what we're going to have to do. But ultimately, for me, I think this is going to be a little bit sitting on the fence right now at this point in time, sitting here tonight. I would say that it's most likely he goes on loan either to Italy or somewhere in the Premier League if we can find it. But ultimately, I think there's an outside chance he could get a chance in the first team as well next season. But again, a lot's going to depend on what he does in pre-season. But there's a lot of promise in him. But yeah, in a roundabout way, I've kind of sat on the fence on that one. I think it's all going to depend on how he does in pre-season. But there's absolutely a chance for sure. Absolutely a chance. But yeah, no, thanks for tuning in, mate. And I hope you're well. Opinion on Keppin staying for another year. I've gone through this a number of times. It's not the end of the world. It really isn't the end of the world, in my opinion. What else? Azpilicueta. He's gone to Atletico Madrid. Do you think they start? I don't think Santos starts, but he could definitely be in there. Minerals FC is convinced that Mason Mount is up there with Johan Cruyff, Cristiano Ronaldo. Yeah, it's kind of mad. It's mad delusion. No, is the answer to that question. Do you think Martson should be given a role next season? No, I don't, unfortunately. There's some love for Jacob in the chat. Big up. How do Liverpool's transfers go so smooth? Not really sure, to be honest. James isn't going anywhere for at least 4 years, no. I mean, that would be amazing. I'd be fully here for that. I think it would be great. I'd love that. That would be something that would do mad numbers. Not having option for membership, love from India, big up from India. There should be. I don't know if that's possible or not. Off topic, will it just become available for free? No, I've seen a lot of Chelsea fans saying this on Twitter. There's an absolute no to be going back to that situation. You know, we love Willian and whatnot. And he has somewhat of a resurgence at Fulham, but yeah, it's not happened. Casadei and Romeo Lavia, but nobody. No, we won't go after Neymar. Absolutely not. We must be pretty close once all these signings come in. We're not going to get relegated. Arsenal got a very young team as well. We need a second backup for James. I don't think we do. Chalobah again can fill in there if necessary. More love for Jacob. Big up. No, I didn't leave in Kunku. I had Caicedo and Enzo, then Madueke and Kunku and Mudryk behind Jackson. Chukwuemeka deserves more game time. Sure, we need experienced midfielders. What we got on here? Why not a cheeky bid for Bernardo Silva? Or why not? Because we know we'd get rejected and he wouldn't come and join us. Big up for the super chat. Not sure what channel. Want to be a member, but I don't have the option. Do you mean a member of the YouTube channels or do you mean a member of Chelsea Football Club? But big up for the donation for whatever channel that has gone to. It is greatly appreciated. Let me know what membership you mean. If you mean member of YouTube channels, then you just hit the link in the description below and you can join as a member. If you mean Chelsea membership, then I'm not too sure what the worldwide options are for Chelsea membership. Who are you most happy to see leave Chelsea so far? I don't celebrate players leaving, but I'm glad that we've got some good business done. I am very much glad we got some good business done. Get the old clan Willie and Oscar Oscar's still doing a madness in fucking China. We did have a buyback clause with Tammy, but that's not going to be exercised now due to the fact that he's out with an ACL injury for a while. Yeah, mate, I missed the match day as well, even though it was terrible. But yeah, the clear out's looking good, and now we can look forward to hopefully some really exciting incomings. Yep, Gusto's in there. We must go for Alvarez from Ajax. Yeah, Tammy serious injury. No, but he's also committed his services to Marseille. Who's your favourite Chelsea player of all time? Probably, well, one of three: JT, Lampard, or Drogba. Probably go JT. Just probably say Anana or Manyan for me. Hazard's only 32, even so I really don't want him. Yeah, no, it's fall from grace. It's been mad. With Mount Havertz gone, any updates on Felix? No, nothing on Felix. Felix is not going to happen. Status of Lukaku is much unchanged as well. What do you think will happen to Ziyech? I think he'll leave eventually, but I don't know where he's going to go. Should have paid 55 million for Anana. I don't think we pulled out for financial reasons on this one. I think that we knew that, or we found out that Anana wanted to go to Man United, and then at that point we then just dropped out of the race because there was no point trying to compete if that was the situation that we found ourselves in. But yeah, Casadei, let's wait and see what happens with him on that front, people, because you know it's going to be an interesting one. Oh, the YouTube channel, yeah, bro. There should be in the description where you're watching on YouTube. There should be a link to join the channel. There should be a link in there. You click that and you become a member. That should be in the description underneath the video wherever you're watching. It is mad. 2 likes away from 150. People, get Chelsea Fan TV to 150. And guys, over 100 of you locked in on my channel as well. Only 67 likes, guys. 107 locked in, 67 likes. Conversion rate's improving, guys. So we can do better than that. Let's get my channel up to 100 likes, people. 150. Let's even try and get Chelsea Fan TV to 200. But people, keep smashing the likes on my channel. Let's get this to 100, guys. Been great interacting with you in the chat tonight. Really great stream. Let's try and get me to 100 likes, guys. Any more news on Hudson-Odoi? Nope. Chelsea's asking price around £15 million. Interest from Saudi Arabia, which doesn't want. Interest from the likes of Fulham, West Ham, I believe. And there was another one as well, Nottingham Forest. So let's wait and see what happens. Peter Osgood, fair? No, I don't think we do. What else have we got? Zola was great. Yeah, so Casadei, last thing on Casadei is let's wait and see what happens. But I do feel there could be a possibility that he does play a part in the first team. Plug your channel link, please. Okay, brother. I'll put it in the chat again. Not spamming, guys, but people are wanting the link to my channel, so I'm putting it in there. So link to my channel is now in the chat, guys. And or if the link doesn't work for whatever reason, just type in Blue Brother CFC in YouTube. But the link is in the chat now, and that should work. So that is it. Are you going to watch Chelsea preseason game? Are you going to watch preseason game? Yeah, I will do. Depending on what the time difference is in the States, I will try and do watch-alongs for Andy. Big up. I'll try and do watch-alongs for all the games. David Fofana on 200 grand a week. No, he's not on 200 grand a week at all. David Fofana is on nowhere near 200 grand a week. Many thanks to RLC. Yep, big up to RLC. But yeah, Casadei, let's wait and see what happens, guys. I'm really intrigued to see how he does in pre-season, because that is going to be big. It is going to be big pre-season. But yeah, let's move away from that and let's move back to the conversation that we were having, guys, about number 10s, because obviously Mason Mount's gone. He's going to need to be replaced. And let's wait and see what happens with that. But obviously it looks like that Kudus and what are we talking about? Kudus and Gabri Vega are going to be the options that we're going to be going for, people. Let's wait and see what happens on that one as well, because I think Vega's going to be an easier one to do. Of course, £34 million release clause. It seems to be one that Chelsea like. Man City were rumoured to be interested. So if we're gonna make a move on Vega, then we need to move quickly in case City become interested. I mean, it's annoying because of course, if City become interested, then between City and Chelsea, then it could be a massive problem if we're being totally honest. But yeah, let me just bring this up now. So obviously Chelsea are expected to move for Celta Vigo midfielder Gabri Veiga, and he's been sounded out over a move. Look, I think a move to Chelsea for Veiga would be good, of course. But also at the same time, guys, he's got to think, how often is he going to play? How big a part is he going to play? He's more of a number 8, but I think he could also do a job as a 10. He could be a good squad player, a good rotational player. Let's wait and see. But he's talented. He's a talented boy. He's got a high ceiling. Despite what people say, he is experienced, people. There's no denying the fact that Gabri Veiga is experienced in terms of the fact that, he's got top flight experience under his belt in La Liga at Celta Vigo. He scored twice against Barcelona on the last day of the Liga season. There is clear potential there and there is talent there. But again, it's another one of those players that isn't quite the finished article at this point in time. That's not necessarily obviously it's not the be all and end all, but you don't want to be in a situation where you are accruing a load of players that all might be good in a couple of years' time. You need to get that balance right. Look, for all we know, Veiga could come in and he could make an instant impact, people. For all we know, there absolutely is that chance that he could make an instant impact, but I guess it's just one of those things that we're not going to know how he's going to do it until he arrives. I don't know an awful lot about him. He's obviously got an eye for goal from an attacking midfield position, clearly quite creative, dribbling's decent, touch I think is pretty good as well. But ultimately, at the end of the day, it's another one of those players that are in that bracket where they could be good in a few years' time, and we sort of do need to move. I would say we need to move away from that. This is the route that we're going down. So we have to believe in what we're doing, and we have to back ourselves in what we're doing. But also, it's going to be a tough one because it's going to be another player that's not going to be ready to make an instant impact, in my opinion. But I do think he's exciting. I do think he's a good player. Kudus, again, is not that much older. Yes, probably slightly more experienced. But again, that's going to be a lot more difficult to do a deal with Ajax than it is going to be to do a deal with Celta Vigo. Maddison would have been great. Okay, it should be there, mate. Obviously, maybe some technical issues on your side, but there's definitely links in the description for that. Yeah, Maddison would have been great. I would have been liked him. My all-time top 3 players: Drogba, Terry, Lampard. I think I all 3 fantastic. We need to rotate with Nkunku if he gets injured. Yeah, we do need that. Kudus better than Veiga. Veiga, Caicedo, Romeo Lavia, and top-class winger. I think we could get Veiga, Caicedo, and Lavia. Top-class winger, I'm not sure. Veiga won't replace. It's not about replacing Nkunku. It's about having rotation and options and squad depth and quality and depth as well. Yeah, look, they're pretty high. Yeah, look, if you get the same performance levels from Sterling as we got last season, then yeah, that Sterling is going to be in trouble, and it's going to be pretty hard to shift him on at this point in time. What else have we got? Veiga, no, we've already said that. Veiga, 34 mil, Kudus 50. Yeah, look, I think Veiga probably is a slightly better option in terms of price and in terms of how easy it's going to be to do a deal. Both guys are very good players, but let's just wait and see what happens and kind of how we get on with this one. Better in a 3. Yeah, at least again, I think he's another one that was in the Chelsea Academy. He's a top player as well. Again, let's wait and see what happens. Both excellent players. Kudus can play 10. He can also play as a right wing if needed, so he's more versatile. Fair. Black Diamond, big up yourself. Appreciate you plugging in the channels. Big up. Mason Mount's better than Gabri. Gabri Veiga. Well, yeah, it probably is at this point in time, but it's about has Veiga got potential to be better than Mount? You could say yes. But yeah, let's wait and see what happens on that one. What else have we got? Elise would be amazing. Yeah, he would be. Milinkovic-Savic 25 mil. Milinkovic-Savic wouldn't cost 25 mil, and he's one of those players like Koulibaly where he might eventually move, but it'll be way too late, in my opinion. Well, I think next season will be interesting with our current squad. Absolutely. Looking light on the right wing position. Yeah, we are slightly, although what I would say to that is that we've got Sterling and Madueke who can operate there. Obviously, on the left side, we've just got Mudryk, but Jackson can play down the left, as can Nkunku as well. So maybe we're slightly light. We could maybe do with one more there, or we might be going down the route where we use Jackson or Nkunku as that option down the left wing as a kind of a fourth choice winger in that situation. But at the same time, though, like if it only takes an injury to Nkunku, and then not only are you light in the 10 position massively, you're also light, in the winger position as well. Big up for the super chat donation, Sasko. Big up. Fans crying for Mount. I've seen my club with Lamps, Ballack, Essien, etc. leaving. We're crying about Mount leaving. Yeah, look, the club goes on. I've always maintained, despite my personal feelings, I think it's a great shame that he's left and it should never have come to this. And it is disappointing that someone that's been here for the entirety of his career couldn't agree a deal with the club and has had to leave. But of course, bigger and better players and Mount have left the club, and we've been fine, and we will be fine. But yeah, of course, it doesn't take away sort of the regret that it had to come to this and it couldn't be resolved, because it should have been resolved. But yeah, big up for the donation. Should hijack Liverpool deal? We can't, because Somerset slide to Liverpool's already done. Chelsea's next signing, Caicedo. Little baby emojis. Yeah, good. How many years of contracts in Nkunku signed? I think 5 or 6. Mason Mount, who's going to replace Cobb? Look, not all these players are going to get replacements, because we've needed to massively trim the squad down. So, yeah, not all these guys are going to be replaced, people. That's one thing that I must make clear. Not all these guys are going to be replaced. No, I'm not either. But, hopefully next season under Pochettino, he can kick on. He's already back working hard, doing kind of personal fitness work. So, let's wait and see what happens on that front. We will finish better than 12th. Yeah, absolutely. No, but I've heard about it. I'm not going to be tuning in. Forget Mount. As a wise man once said, you've got to persuade them to help. Look, again, I'm going to wait for the full facts to come out. But yeah, look, Mount's gone now. It is what it is. We have to just accept it and move on. Still hoping the plan is for Tony to join January. Yeah, I wouldn't be against that. Do you think we should activate Dybala's 12 million release clause? I think Dybala would be very good. Whether he come to us, I'm not too sure. We need goalkeeper, 2 centre midfielders, 1 winger and a forward. I agree with the goalkeeper, midfield and forward. I'm not sure we do need a winger. Again, it just depends. Midfield is dead as of now. We should only sign good players. Midfield at this point in time, hopefully we'll finish in the top 3 again next season. That's a massive, massive ask. I'm not sure if that's gonna happen, people, but let's wait and see. But yeah, look, to me, it looks like it's between Vega and Caicedo. Vega and Kudos even, sorry. I think it's probably going to be Gabri Vega. And if we're interested, we need to get a move on, because we don't want to allow Man City to have a sniff and then it could be curtains for us on that front. So look, if you want Vega, then it should be an easy deal to get done. It's a low release clause, £34 million. That can be easily negotiated. We just need to find out if the player's keen to Chelsea and is he buying into the move. Once we've ascertained that, this should be a very easy deal to get done. It should be a very easy deal to get done. So yeah, that's kind of the latest on that. Still haven't bought in a goal scorer. No, we haven't yet. No, we haven't. No, we've got Nicholas Jackson in, and that's it at this point in time. And obviously, Angelo as well, the young 18-year-old from Santos, but that's not for the first team. Big up my guy. No, nothing too much. Aspi's gone to Atletico Madrid. Levi Colwill stuff. Yeah, no, nothing majorly. Kudus can also play right wing. Yeah, it's going to be more difficult to do a deal though. Pedro Goncalves from Sporting. Yeah, again, I think he was at PSG. He was very good. He was at Valencia as well. I'm thinking of the same guy. Kudus played in Euro Cups. What's Vega played? Look, again, obviously Kudus has got more experience in terms of European experience, but Kudus is not exactly unproven. Yes, there's a lot of talent, there's a lot of ability, a lot of talent there, and he's not had the most experience, but he has played in Spain's top flight, and he's done well. What's more of a priority at the moment, centre forward or a goalkeeper? Centre forward is more priority than a goalkeeper for sure. Portugal have more than 30 players to work with in pre-season. Yeah, I hope so as well. But yeah, moving away from this Gabri Vega conversation and onto what I was going to discuss next, which I've now completely forgotten about. Yeah, it's going to be Kudos or Vega for that number 10 slot. I'd imagine maybe we're going to see moves in the coming days on that front. But let's wait and see. Let's wait and see what happens on that front, guys. Is there any other main news? Andre Santos is in London. He just uploaded a photo to Instagram of him in London. Not sure what part of London, but yeah. Guys, any questions you've got? Because I think that's most of the news pretty much gone through. So, if you've got any questions, guys, in the chat, then make sure you make sure you get them in the chat, people. Let's wait and see what happens with this situation. But yeah, guys, any questions in the chat? Last sort of 5-10 minutes or so, anything Chelsea related or whatever, then let's get your questions in and let's round this one out. Let's have a look. I bet the squad isn't looking forward to Poch's shuttle run tests. Yeah, that's kind of mad. It's gonna be brutal preseason. If these guys are in for a shock to the system, they weren't fit last season. It was lazy what was going on. They're going to be fucking fit this season. No two ways about it. Centre forwards win you games. How many chances do we? Yeah, we missed a lot of chances last season. We do need. We are on 80 likes now. Guys, my channel, 80 likes. Let's get this to 100 likes before we round out, people. Let's see if we can do that. 20 more likes. Plenty of you locked in, guys. So make sure you get those likes up. What else have we got? Don't think we can be as bad as last season. Absolutely not. Why has Mason Mount left Chelsea? I don't know what the exact specific reason is, but obviously there's been a massive breakdown in communications between him and the club. The club pulled an offer that was agreed before the World Cup. Then I just don't think things have been repaired since then. What's your thoughts on when we went for Poch? And look, Poch wasn't my first choice, but I've warmed to it a lot more. And I think it'll be very good for us. Yeah, Szoboszlai to Liverpool's a great signing. He had a really good link up with Nkunku last season as well at Leipzig. Matic and Mata went Man United too. What else have we got here? Are there any unknown keepers we can make offers for? I'm sure there's some out there, but none that I'm too aware of. Keep the blue flag flying high. Big up, dead in the water, my guy. Left wing Sterling, Mudryk, right wing Madueke. Hudson-Odoi I think is going to be sold, unfortunately. I think Caicedo will get number 8 or 7 next season. Let's wait and see. 167 likes, guys, on Chelsea Fan TV. Let's get that to 200. Guys, the aim before I round this stream out in the next few minutes, Chelsea Fan TV to 200 likes, my channel to 100 likes. That is the task, people. Let's get it done. What else have we got here? Mount was not fit. I love that we clear out these players at down tools. What else have we got? What's your thoughts on Felix and Mudryk? Well, Felix is not happening. Mudryk, I think, is a really exciting player. Massive fan of his. Big potential. Let's see what he does. We can't buy Mitrovic for the cheap. I don't think so. Yes, Phil. Big up, my guy. Good evening from the tropical Belvedere. Yeah, that's still kind of mad. I've kind of forgotten about that. Yeah, that's a little bit embarrassing on my behalf. But yeah, bro, all things are good, mate. Hope you're well and enjoying the tropical paradise. Things are good. There's been a little bit of news. Jackson unveiled. Azpilicueta going to Atletico Madrid and a few other bits and pieces. Thanks for the content again tonight. Top show, top infuser. No, I appreciate it, Nick. Massively appreciate it. Mitrovic would be a good sign. Yeah, a lot of people have been talking about Mitrovic, but for me, I'm not sure if that's fully the answer or not. But there's only one way to find out. Yep, big up, Arjam. Let's get those likes up, people, as I've said. Chelsea should sell Lukaku as soon as possible. Yeah, absolutely. I think we are getting closer to an agreement with Inter Milan over Lukaku, but we're still not quite there yet. Best signing so far, what, for Chelsea in general? Or best signing in the window? Let me know. I'm happy Inter don't get our capital yet. Agreed. Thanks for content today. I'm heading off. Joseph, big up, my guy. Thank you for tuning in. Enjoy the rest of your evening wherever you are in the world. Losing Lukaku is nothing new, really. Chelsea and Inter, I think, are getting closer to an agreement over a deal. But yeah, not quite there. Mudryk and Sterling have to pick up their games next season for sure. Favourite Chelsea player at the moment? Oh, probably Thiago Silva, I'd say. I'm a big fan of Thiago Silva, Reece James and Enzo Fernandez. What positions do we need the most? Goalkeeper, striker, midfield, but midfielders and strikers for sure. Mitrovic reminds me of Diego Costa. He's got a bit of fight in him for sure. Not sure he's quite as good ability-wise, but he's definitely got fight in him. All Deadwood gone. Hooray, Chelsea's back. Yeah, almost there. Jackson better not pick number 9. I absolutely hope not. Where are the goals coming from? No, this is the point. And Nkunku should add goals. Someone needs to come in that's going to score a lot of goals, but we also need guys like Mudryk, Madueke, and hopefully Jackson and Broja to step up and contribute with a lot of goals. That's for sure. What are our striker options in the market? Osimhen is obviously the kind of the main guy on the market. I think it's going to be very difficult for Chelsea. If I'm being honest with Chelsea, unless we've got something miraculous up our sleeve, it's very much going to be a case of thinking either for me, it's going to be between Lautaro Martinez at Inter Milan and Dusan Vlahovic at Juventus. Those for me are the two it's going to be between. No more loans for Lukaku. Well, it could be a loan with an obligation to buy. That's what it might well be, people. But yeah, any other questions, guys? Kai going to be the next Salah for Arsenal. It's going to be huge for Chelsea. I wouldn't go that far. I don't necessarily think that's true. We need to go for a keeper. Kepa's not good enough. Yeah, Maignan, best option. I'd agree on that. New here, big up. What's the name of the other channel you keep talking about? So it depends where you're tuning in from, my guy. But if you're tuning in from Chelsea Fan TV, then obviously the link to my channel, which I'm streaming from, and it's being shown on Chelsea Fan TV, is in the chat now. Obviously, if you're tuning in on Chelsea, if you're tuning in on my channel, the other channel is Chelsea Fan TV. It's impressive answering all these questions. Yeah, I'll do my best, guys, to get all these questions done. How many goals do you think Nkunku will get next season? Premier League, hopefully between 10 and 15. That would be my best transfer so far, any club. Oh, I think Declan Rice is a phenomenal piece of business for Arsenal, which is annoying. But yeah, I'll probably say, Maddison, I think, is a very good bit of business as well, as is Alexis McAllister. There are a few to choose from even. Loving this transfer window so far. Yeah, absolutely. I'm massively enjoying it as well. So yeah, let's wait and see what happens on that front. But yeah, guys, I think I'm probably going to round this one out now, people. Sam J, big up, my guy. Enjoy this and tuning again. Thank you, bro. Appreciate it. Enjoy your Friday. Enjoy your weekend, whether you are in the world. No, I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate the love. Thank you. Don't rate Rice highly. Fair. I think Rice is a top baller. Yeah, guys, I'm going to look to round this one out. Thank you so much to each and every single one of you that has been tuning in tonight. Try and get Chelsea Fan TV to 200 likes. Myself to 100 likes on the way out. 14 likes on my channel to go to the 100 likes. And people, if we're feeling slightly more ambitious, let me just quickly get to these last things. Diego Costa, again, massively expensive release clause. Do some Vlahovic or Mitrovic. Vlahovic for me. Will Chelsea be doing a 1 minute silence? No. Thank you. No, I appreciate the love, guys. But yeah, guys, get the likes up. Get my channel to 100 likes. 14 likes to go. Get Chelsea Fan TV to 200 likes. And people, make sure you click the subscribe buttons as well on both channels, guys. I'll pop the links in there for one last time. People, I'm about 20 subscribers away from 3,500. It's a big ask. I've asked a lot tonight. But if there's 20 of you that haven't subscribed and could get me to that 3.5K mark, that would be massively, massively appreciated. It really would be. So if you could do that and subscribe anyway, guys, of course. If we can get myself to the 3.5K, that would be fantastic. About 20 subscribers to go, and subscribe to Chelsea Fan TV as well. Big love to all the team that are involved doing that. People, thank you so much for tuning in. Smash the like, subscribe to both channels on your way out. Thanks for all your support and all the love, as always. I'll be back again tomorrow with another transfer stream. Let's wait and see what news we've got in store for us. But until then, guys, take care, up the Chelsea, and peace out.